Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original, the one, the only, the guy from Pittsburgh, except no cheesy YouTube commentators, imposters, or trolls, and trolls who kidnap helpless little kittens and do videos with them. We know who we're talking about, the evil, mad spoofer with Harley the Kitten. Harley held in terrible bondage, forced to play with toys all day until it passes out, and then it runs races all night in frenzy. Yes, that one. All right, anyway, I'm just kidding. I've seen the Harley Kitten videos. Very cute. I like her very much. This is my new face shield. Almost being a catcher again. But you can't breathe, it does very well. But it goes over my head, but they don't realize in China we've got big heads in America, at least I do. So I went to Safeway, got my medication, and now I'm going to do my live haul. So let me take this stuff off so I can breathe. This thing did not fit like it thought it would. You got to bend it to get over your face. And then my mask, of course. Whew. Okay, now we have the drug of choice here, which is Roach's grape juice. Okay. I already opened one bottle, so I gotta have something to drink. They put this in one bag. I had to grab a couple of bags. The bag already started to tear, and I hadn't even left the store yet. So I have two cartons of Concord grape juice. I love Concord grape juice. I even love it more than this peach Snapple, and that's saying something. All right, and then we have here a box of pretzels. I haven't had the pretzels for a long time. And we have Welch's Fruit Snacks. Fed Mama Cat, fed Kitten, Fluffy, little girl down there. They got fed. And I got to go feed Orangey in a bit. And somewhere in one of these bags is my medicine. All right. My paperwork from the hospital. One of my inhalers stopped, emptied out today, so I have to get another inhaler. But they're out of stock. They're not keeping stuff in stock in the pharmacy. They have to order everything. I guess they can't do it or something. All right, I have here generic Frogmentin and prednisone, 2 tablets daily for 2 days, then whatever. And then this one is 1 tablet for mouth twice a day. So I'm going to take these now. This is the antibiotic. And they didn't give me steroids the last time, but they did this one. Prednisone is a steroid. And they gave me magnesium and something else. These things are like horse pills. These are huge. So, okay. So there's that one. And toss it over there. And then these are the other way around. These are little tiny pills, easy to drop, easy to lose. Little tiny white pills. So, and usually they make these pills always bitter. And that one was no exception. I forgot, I gotta go to my channel. Excuse me. I had trouble breathing today. Both sides of my chest are hurting because I was breathing so hard yesterday. Or not breathing so hard, should I stand corrected. And I was leaning against the refrigerator right here, standing up. Paul said, well, you should sit down and meditate. And I said, are you nuts? I'm in danger of choking out, and you want me to meditate? Paul has got some very odd ideas about stress. Hi, Zoa. Hello, Jeremy. Bedtime. Hooey. And the evil one is here, the masked spoofer. Free Harley the Kitten! Free Harley the Kitten! Okay. That's enough of that silliness. All right, now we have here Lucerne extra sharp cheddar cheese because I have a bunch of potatoes. I got to bake one of these years. A thing of Driscoll's strawberries. I'm holding on to these right. I got no room to put a thing. I don't have any room to put a thing. Pluagra butter for the potatoes because baked potatoes with the butter, but it just ain't cutting it. All right. I got 4 bean and cheese burritos in here somewhere. There's more cheese that goes on the baked potatoes. And then there are 10 cans of Fancy Feast because Fluffy doesn't like some of the flavors of the Fancy Feast, so that's for Fluffy and Little Girl and Fuzzy. Then we have, oh yeah, I'm carrying stuff, my lower base of my spine with the 3-crush disc. Started objecting to my walking with all this stuff, and it hurts, so that suppresses the sciatic nerve. Okay, here is Banquet Mega Meal Salisbury steak with chicken, pork, and beef with home-style gravy and creamy mashed potatoes. That's going to be dinner. And I have cheesy scrambles with hash browns. There's more burritos here. And they had coffee on sale, so I got more coffee. I always try to get more coffee. Columbia Luminosa Pete's Light Roast. So there's the coffee. I got 2 bags of that at, I think it was $6.99. And Red Robin steak fries. We'll see how these taste as opposed to the ones you get in the restaurant. I think I've had these before, I don't remember. And another thing of whipped butter, just so I don't run out of butter. And I'm trying to lay off the butter, frankly. Another treat, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. How does the butter go back in the bag? I put it back in the bag. It was kind of dumb. And 2 rolls of the ever popular, very strange 88-cent toilet paper. A box of Johnny Cat cat liners. I got to change the cat box tonight. There was one clumping thing that looked like a planet. It didn't look like an asteroid. It was an entire planet. It was huge. And I can't show it to you because I left it on the bed. Kathy's present is here. She'll be here tomorrow if the stimuli check comes in. I will believe it when I see it. And now I'm going to get up and put this stuff away if you'll give me a moment. I'm going to put the perishables away. I'll be right back. It's only about 2 feet from me, so I'll put all this stuff in the freezer. Oh, I don't know if I showed the Welch's fruit snacks. So I like Costco that they have 90 of them. That's a huge amount of fruit snacks. So if Patty goes out, I'm going to Costco. If Patty doesn't show up, I'm going to Costco. I'm going to rejoin Costco so I can go to Costco whenever I want. All right. Running out of hands here. I got to go to Walmart and get more Fancy Feast or order it. But I think I'll just go get some. Safeway charges like $4 more for the Friskies or Fancy Feast than I buy. They're really expensive compared to Walmart or Amazon. So I only buy it there in a case of emergency. 1, 2, 3. stuff all over the place. Oh, Pookie. You knocked that down. Okay, hold on. Put this out. Okay. That was exciting. Sorry about that. I had to put stuff away, so. Well, the kitties, Fuzzy's sitting here. Little girl tried to come in, then panicked. She ran out. She always panics. She's been doing that as long as I've had her. Fluffy also panics. Little Kitten is okay, Mama Cat, and a tiny one. But I haven't been over to feed Orangey. I'll get off this at about 9:15. Go over and feed Orangey and Gray. Because yesterday they didn't get fed and I was just too sick. So, and then I get home till 10:30, and by that time the hordes of raccoons come out. So I really hate not feeding them, but there's nothing I can do. And it was pouring rain all night. It would have been really hard to feed them because the rain washes away the dry food and it doesn't do that good for the wet food either. So, but my inhaler, the one that you spritz like this, both of them are, this stupid thing died today. Perfect timing. There's nothing in it. Zopanex, and this is crap. I asked her about the non-generic stuff that costs $75. Imagine this is generic. I don't know what they charge, but the prescription strength stuff, it's the same stuff, but they want $73 or $75 for this little inhaler. It's outrageous. But I said, I'm going to ask the doctor to give me the good stuff because the state of California will not pay for it. They can come up with money for trains of nowhere and be 30 billion, 40 billion, 50 billion over budget. They can tuition for legal aliens. Now they're giving money to counties. The state's in $43 $43 billion in the hole, but they want to pay for my medication. No, we can't do that. That's too much. So I got to suffer without a rescue inhaler now until the pharmacist calls in and orders it. Well, Mike, there's a big difference. I will pay the money for the inhaler rather than die. Okay, if I have a major attack like I did yesterday, there was so much, they gave me prednisone, they injected magnesium in my hand, they gave me a cab home. Oh, Howie, poor Howie cat. Oh, I hope you don't have to put him down. I know he loves you very much, you love him very much. That's so sad. I hate when any cat, ow! That's my toes, they're going numb on the left foot, so excuse me. That's because the sciatic nerve and the back are attacking me. Well, you know what? There's a guy just did a video. We have people in Washington that don't care about the American people, and that's sad. I got to do one more thing real quick. The cat wire is really dirty. I change it every day, but I didn't change it last night. Okay, sorry about that. I normally change the water every morning or every evening, and one of the problems, Fluffy is a secret raccoon. He likes to dip his paws in the water and wash his paws in the water, which is why the paws get dirty. The water gets dirty. Well, I don't know where. I have found in my experiences with vets, some of them are really caring, some of them don't care, and some of them care only about money. Highly money. Janice, I don't know where you are compared to where Howie Cat is, so he might be 3,000 miles away for all you know. Hospital treatment. It was pouring rain. I never got to ride. It was like being in a limousine. It was very comfortable, except when we hit potholes. I got to ride a Lincoln Town Car, and that's a great car. I would love that. If you want to give me a membership, it would save me, what, $60, $65? Yeah, massage will help. Lucky Pharaoh's massages Stella the cat. Stella loves it. Cat massage. Vigorous cat massage, yeah. Who knew? Howie, God, get Howie well. We don't want to lose to the Howie the cat. I mean, not Howie the cat. I'm sorry. Yeah, Howie the cat. I'm not reading very well. I'm sorry. I can't tell the nurse is pretty or not. They're all wearing masks. Yeah, don't put the kitty down unless you have to. I am very displeased with Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, and the Republicans. These people are so mean-spirited. And I ain't too happy with the president either. But I cannot vote for Joe Biden. The man is senile, and he'll be directed by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And we've already seen there's direct evidence that Barack Obama tried to overthrow Donald Trump. So I can't vote for that man. I couldn't stand him. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Mitt Romney, and before that, the equally inept, actually, I think it was more John McCain. So, but I stopped being a Democrat when the party got taken over by every kook group in America except white supremacists who hate Jews and Catholics. No, we can't take another cat. Cleo and Caesar are all she can handle, particularly what's going on now. So, thank you. I was scared because I was leaning against the refrigerator and the air wasn't going like this. It was going in a tunnel, a tube, and I could not get any air in or out. When I called 911, they asked for my address. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't speak. So, it just scared the hell out of me. Now, let me give her my email. I don't give my phone number out except to trusted friends, and I haven't figured out. I got to talk to Kathy and ask her what my phone number is. Oh, goddamn stupid keyboard. Shouldn't be swearing. They demonetize you for swearing. They have a cow over swearing now with their automated. Everybody's working at home, but they're too lazy to check to see if your videos meet monetization standards. And now the Social Security workers want to stay at home. They want to have the government shut down a whole bunch of offices, which will be horrible for the seniors. You got a problem, you won't want to call and wait 5 hours on the phone with Social Security and then get disconnected. I mean, it seems like the whole government wants to screw the little guy, not just the Senate. God help Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, if I saw them in person, they'd probably drag me out of the Capitol. Or I'd get them on the street. I told somebody today when I was waiting for the bus, and he agrees with me. I said, well, up to me, they get their cars taken away, their gym memberships, their barber shops, their pensions. They get down to $50 a week. They're $50 a day. And then we cut that down to what you make on welfare, or what you make on Social Security, or what you make on disability, or unemployment, and you got to live on that. And they take you out of their fancy apartments. Nancy Pelosi has a multi-million-dollar house on Lombard Street. Now you got to live in a shack for 60 days, so you know what the other guy's doing. I get all kinds of stuff from Trump. I got it today. I got one. If I had enough money, I would donate, and if I won, I would tell President Trump off. They'd probably drag me out too and have dinner with Donald Trump. I'd say, Mr. President, the Republican Party is out of touch with the voting public on both sides. Don't worry about the deficit. Now, he did one thing that was good. He took Chinese bonds, Chinese securities out of our federal pension fund. He needs to go further. Don't pay the Chinese at all. Teach them a lesson in the pocketbook. If they borrowed from the Fed, don't pay the interest back. Just say, effective immediately, we're not paying you. And get every country in the world to do that. Yeah, I will say a prayer offline because I have to kind of get it out of my brain. It's been a while since I said Kaddish, or the prayer for the sick. There is a prayer for the sick, so. But prayer knows no religion. You talk to God. Well, they want to do it and defer 3 months, but I'm sure for some reason, Donald Trump and the SSA commissioner, they want to get rid of Social Security, and I don't know why. I don't know what the problem both of them have with Social Security recipients, or maybe it's just the disabled that they don't like. You're useless eaters. You're not productive members of society because you worked for years, you got sick, you can no longer work. Well, we need to cut you off so you die, so we collect tax revenue. No, a nurse did not. Block Panther, if you don't stop this, I'm gonna block you. Every time you come on air, you ask rather offensive questions or annoying questions because you don't think what you're writing, or you're doing it deliberately, and it's starting to really irritate me. I took a cab home. The nurse is not going to endanger them driving me home. Well, they're not going to get rid of Social Security immediately. And there's something else. Donald Trump, he keeps saying in every speech, I will never let them touch Social Security. But he's doing it behind the scenes. He's coming up with these proposals, or somebody else is. He could never do it openly because he would not get reelected. Every Republican would never get reelected. I could have taken a cab home my credit card, but I didn't think about it until later, and it would have been like $35 and I only had 25 on my credit card. So they have to take so many months to go through hearings and all that, and I have enough medical history that what they want to do is after a certain point, you only get reviewed every 5 to 7 years. They want to make every 2 years so they can cut more people off. And it's horrible. Excuse me, I'm munching on pretzel. The male nurse kind of freaked me out. Well, I can't do that and talk. There was a female nurse and she left, and then this male nurse came on, and he made some comment about walking, and I go like, walking? I can't walk home. It's pouring rain. He was joking, but I didn't know it, and I took him seriously. Got kind of mad. And he said, no, we'll take care of you. The doctor, they gave me a cab voucher. If I'd had absolutely no way to go home, I would have sat there, called Kathy, and would have had have Patty come pick me up, or I just would have sat in the hospital at 7 o'clock in the morning until the buses start running. No, it wasn't a doctor, it was a nurse. He wasn't being rude, he was being funny, and he wasn't funny. Hospital humor, you know. But unless somebody is an incompetent or doesn't care, like the doctor I currently have that I'm trying to get rid of, who does not believe I am disabled. You should have heard the scream twice. I screamed carrying the grocery 3 blocks down the street, and again when I sat down on the bench downstairs. The spine presses on a sciatic nerve, and a spike of pain went up my back like you wouldn't believe. Because the discs are gone. They're crushed. But I make allowances because my mother was a nurse for 50 years, and unless someone's completely incompetent or rude, I don't give medical people much crap. I have great respect for doctors, nurses, hospital staff, the people who clean the hospital. Yeah, well, the Democrats, I have a book on Barry Goldwater. And under LBJ, they said, Barry Goldwater will take away your Social Security. They've been doing that since 1964. They probably were doing that since Eisenhower. Because every election, the Democrats say they're going to take your Social Security. Remember the commercial where they pushed the old lady over the cliff? And it was on Social Security. I think so too. I just hope, I have not had a chance to look at the statewide checks. New Jersey got 3 million, California got 13 million, when we have about 42 million the last I looked in California. So a third skimmed off the top got to California. But I'm really curious how many people in Kentucky got checks. If it's a huge number, way more than New Jersey, then you know Mitch McConnell's been pushing the IRS behind the scenes. No. I was covered in soap water. There was no water. So I took some Brita pitcher water out and poured it lightly on the paper towels. And it wasn't a matter of drying myself. I got towels. I got tons of clean towels. I couldn't get the soap off. I don't want to use a towel for getting soap off. I had just lathered myself. I put water in my nose, and I think it's planned. I think it's planned by the Chinese. I don't think it's planned by the American government. You gotta remember, that Chinese leaders, Chinese generals, have said America is the sworn enemy of China. And anybody who thinks otherwise is deluded, mistaken, falls for the Chinese line. On our leftist press, they love communist China, just like they love communist Cuba, just like they love the Soviet Union. They have many pretzels, many varieties. This is Snyder's of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Good Pennsylvania pretzels. I've called them up on the phone. I've seen the factory. They have a video of how to make pretzels. These are hard pretzels. No, that's ridiculous. That will never go. Because remember, the House has to vote on this, and the Senate has to vote on it. House will not go for that. They're for Social Security. Any Republican who thinks that's going to go is an idiot, and he's going to commit suicide the next election. The problem is with Social Security recipients, some of them are mentally deficient. They don't know what they're doing. Some of them are too crippled to know what's going on. We don't vote in a block. We vote in a block when mad. The regular Social Security recipients vote like crazy. It used to scare the Democrats and the Republicans. But as those people die off, then you get everybody who's disabled. And disabled people don't, they show up at rallies and things. Some of them, there's a lot of young people who are taking care of the disabled show up. Disabled aren't showing up because they're too disabled. People like me who are still intelligent enough, have our faculties, we are vocal, but we don't have any real power. If 100,000 people showed up on the Capitol steps like we did before Trump, or we had God, what the hell are they called now? See, that's my problem. I forget the small things. First, it started out as a protest at KSFO radio in San Francisco with Melanie Morgan and Lee Rogers about smog check 2, and then smog check 2, and then Barack Obama went crazy when all these Americans showed up, took time off their jobs, took time off from their wives, took time off for taking off the kids, and they showed up and protest that it was a tax party or something, and they went nuts. And they showed up with guns. Very few people showed up armed because it just wasn't supposed to be done that way. And we didn't trash everything. When we left trash, we picked it up in a garbage bag and took it away. Unlike leftist rallies that trash a whole city and poop on police cars. Well, the problem is when you do that, then you're still controlling the people that are doing it. You can take away that money at any time and the person's screwed. Some of them are. But I'm limited to what I read because I only get so many news stories sent to me. They are in Nevada, I know that. But it's very difficult to give food out when everybody's wearing a mask, when some of the supplies are gone. There's stuff in the store that's normally there that isn't. And there's stuff at the food banks that can't get there. They're not getting, 8,000 cases of canned beans or something, or black beans or peas because the supply chain is broken down. Remember my kielbasa I love so much? That hasn't been in the store for weeks because the meat packing plants, their employees have corona. The food banks are stressed like a rubber band that's going to break at any minute. Okay, Glock, that's enough. Sticks and bottles. No more. You're getting a timeout. That's insulting. Sticks. What would we do with sticks? I can think it's something to do with the stick. A lot of seniors walk with a cane. They walk with a walker. They're in wheelchairs. No, I'll give them another chance. I'll give them one more chance. I'll give people a chance. I give them a warning, give them a second warning, then that's it. But no. I think the children should get a check. I think the seniors should get a check. The veterans should have gotten a check for anybody. They've given life and limb to this country. They should have been the first ones to get a check. And we were hearing stuff about the first responders. Where are they getting money? I don't hear any first responder. They come up with this thing, but nobody wants to vote for it. A lot of it's BS. You can't ride a golf cart on the streets. There are ones owned by the city you can. You have to have a license for those sort of things. Like if we got the second stimulus check, and if it were 2,000 the first month or 2,000 a month, first I buy the 4x4, then I fix my Mac, then I go buy my land, and then I see to make money off the land. That's my plan. But now Nancy Pelosi only wants to give $1,200. If I didn't owe Kathy any money, $200, and didn't have to fix the car, $300, I have to take Fuzzy and little girl and Fluffy to the vet. That's going to cost at least $300, maybe $400. So I have a wheelchair picked out. It's got headlights, it's got tail lights, it's got AM/FM radio. It may have internet. It has an air conditioner in it. It has solar panels in it. It has turn signals front and back. It can go 15 miles on a charge. It can go 30 miles an hour, but it's $4,000. Anybody rich wanted to send me $4,000 to buy it, then you'd see live video of my electric wheelchair. And when it rains, I wouldn't worry about, it's got mirrors, side mirrors and internal mirror. And when it rains, I wouldn't worry about getting drowned when I go get my groceries. Kathy drives me around to go shopping, and there's times I can't walk. My knee goes out, my back goes out, my feet get numb. Also, she drives me to medical appointments. Somebody's got to drive me to my colonoscopy. They won't let me go in by myself because they give you anesthetic. You're not allowed to leave by yourself. You have to go with somebody, and that's going to require Kathy. And remember, she has to take the bus or get Patty to drive her, and then she has to give Patty gas money. So she needs a car. It's hotter there than here. When she gets on the bus to come see me, it takes 40 minutes to get to BART. You wait 40 minutes. It takes 40 minutes to get to Concord BART or come here to Amtrak. And then she walks here. And if it's 90 degrees, by the time she gets here, she's ready to die. No, it does not require a license. It can go on the sidewalk. Now, there's another one. It looks like an egg. It's not a wheelchair. It's a bicycle. But it can run by solar and go 35 miles an hour. It has headlights, taillights. I've bitched the company because they don't put doors. Well, it doesn't rain that much in North Carolina. Well, it rains in California. Never heard of the song? Well, it never rains in Southern California. But it does. And that's $8,000. That can go in a bicycle lane. You don't need a license for that, but I don't have $8,000. I can't get Uber to work on the iPad, and I put it on the phone that died. It wouldn't work on there either. Uber has a problem with Android for some reason. People that didn't have a job before the virus didn't lose a job. Nothing changed the work status. Well, that's that's being mean-spirited. We did our time in the workforce. Most people, even the people on Social Security Disability or SSI, we're not talking regular Social Security where they had to have 40 quarters in. We worked, we just never made enough money to have 40 quarters. I'd be getting regular Social Security, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month. iPad's fine, that's what I'm talking on. I've told them that. I've told them that for years, but they won't accept. They hate the fact that I get Social Security. They get a job. I've been getting that for about 15 years, even before I had YouTube. When I was working, they bitched that I didn't have a decent enough job. They're never satisfied. They bitch to bitch because they're the A word. I started working at Browse About Books and washing Cadillacs and vacuuming out at Kohlenberg Cadillac, which is now an AMC theater, at Van Ness and O'Farrell Street in San Francisco when I was 12. I worked at my friend's book and record store. So that was I got all the books I wanted. And I was reading Playboy at 12. My dad had a subscription, so I was reading the Playboys all the time. And he was afraid he was going to get in trouble. So, but Charlie was my friend, and we loved each other. He's gone now, but you know, you work for years, and then something happens. People can have an accident and be disabled for life. My nephew went through a car windshield. And instead of becoming a pharmacist, he became a busboy. Because he had hundreds of shards of glass in his head. They had to move out of his brain. Oh, no, we can't have him. He's not working. Or he's not. You know, some of these guys in Congress and out of Congress, they're not. You're not making enough tax revenue for us. We're not getting enough out of your wage. You should make $50, $75, $100, $150,000. You get over $150,000, they start to leave you alone because then you're in rich territory. But someone making $7 an hour, they think you're scum. See, these guys. Very cool. I do. That's weird. I lost my juice. They can't even get the story right. I was moving stuff in here when I moved in, and on the back of the U-Haul truck, I was carrying something, and I fell off the ramp into the street on my back. It was not a semi, but it sure hurt. I've never fallen out of a semi. I used to unload semis. There was another job I had. In the summertime, I unloaded fiberglass. It is for weeks. What do I do with the goddamn juice? This is weird. Bet that Glock Panther stole my grape juice. That guy right there. Oh, I know what I did. I put the other one in the icebox. The one I opened. That's what I did with it. Sorry, Glock Panther. I apologize. You behave. No, that's another thing. Who keeps telling you this stuff anyway? You know, that's another thing. I tell people, don't get this second or third hand because it will be 90% BS. You got to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, not from some stranger who doesn't know me. Everybody telling you this stuff has never met me. And you know, there's the old thing that you tell a person something, they tell, you know, 10 people, and they tell it the next guy, and by the time it gets to the 10th guy, there's no amount of the story that's original. It's all been totally distorted. I hurt my back, I think. I can't prove it. The backpack is in the bedroom. All right, here's one that's on the floor. I haven't put it in the rack yet. It's all dusty. And it's dead. It's 2018. Things get buried here. But my mother would give me canned goods. And I would load up the backpack with 60 canned goods, about a pound apiece. And then walk down to the bus and have 2 bags of groceries with canned goods in my arms and my cane. And I would walk 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to the bus and be screaming in pain. And when I went to the first UFO con in Sacramento, I was screaming when I got there. And they did a MRI on my back or CAT scan or whatever the hell. That made the tube. They said, you crushed discs in your spine. 3 of them. And that's why you're having the sciatic nerve problem. That's why you're having the deadness in your feet. And that's why you're having screaming pain. The spine is pressing in the sciatic nerve. And I asked the back doctor, you can operate? And she said, might make it worse. I said, might make it better too. But put 60 pounds of cans in a backpack. That's like what the Army wear. I think they carry more than that when they go on maneuvers. But that's what I think killed my back. Also, I fell down the stairs when I was 20. Walked out of my apartment in L.A. The owner, was washing down the marble steps. I came out, took about 3 steps, and slid down the stairs with my back. So, Kathy's sleeping. I woke her up and she could barely talk, so she's really tired. You'll see her tomorrow if the check comes. She's coming over tomorrow. I have a feeling that they probably have heat detectors. You'd have to have some kind of suit that would block heat. And some say if you turned invisible, you wouldn't be able to see because no light would hit your eyes. So, Kathy worked security. Kathy worked as an attendant for older people. We'll do that tomorrow if she comes here. I got the present on the bed for her. She'll like it. You know, the Congress is like the IRS. If they owe you money, they take their sweet time. But if you owe them money, they're pounding on the door. Well, I'll buy more of these. I love the fruit snacks. They don't make as much noise. I will see if there's any toilet paper there. I will buy some jelly to go with the peanut butter and bread. I couldn't carry the bread last time. Although Bill O'Reilly said he lost 40 pounds when he stopped eating bread. And I gained 10 pounds, so sitting here all the time, I get bored. I can't sleep. I wake up. The night yesterday when I got sick, I don't know, it was my body doing something. I went to the bathroom about 10 times during every hour or half an hour. I woke up and had to run to the bathroom. I was doing that all night, so I got no sleep. I saw the guy who owns a red car, by the way. He was sitting in it today. The one where the alarm went off. So I got no sleep. I woke up at 10 o'clock and I didn't sleep all day. And then I got 4:30. I'm leaning against the refrigerator gasping for air. And no air was there to gasp. So it was not good. No fun. But I got something Kathy will love, so she'll be very happy for it. And that's it. I didn't see any deep. I saw a whole rack of, whole warmer of the barbecue chicken. But of all the 3 places I've tried, Food Max, Safeway, and Costco, Food Max makes the best barbecue chicken. Yeah, but he doesn't care. He's running for re-election. He's been there for 40 years. If he gets reelected, he won't give a damn what the people think. And that's the problem. When you make Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi make 5 times the average American salary, you think they give us? I can't say the word. You know what it is. Now, for some reason, the Democrats seem to care about the people. Not all the time. The Republicans don't. Well, Glock, I hope you take care of Harley Kitten before you do anything. Try to save him. He loves you. He trusts you. And you have to have, if you have to put him down, you should have waited a little bit to mourn him. When Kathy lost Boop, she was desolate for months. The stimulus is spent. See, they live in a bubble. They all have apartments in D.C. or houses. Some of them live in the Watergate Hotel. Then try another vet. There are holistic cat vets. There are vets that all they take care of is cats. And there's a cat clinic here in Walnut Creek. They would take care of Howie because they have cats living there as people cats. That they're official members of the vet, and they sit on the counters and they come up to people and they want petting and loving. They really care about. If you were here, I'd send you to that vet. It's Feline Cat Clinic. There are some vets that love animals, and everyone tears them apart when they have to put them to sleep, when they have to put them down. But they'll do everything they can to save them. There are other vets who just want the money. When Squeaky died, Angel, he was a victim of that Chinese dog and cat gluten in the food. And they charged Kathy $300. He died. He was bleeding out of the mouth, and he died in her arms. And we had a cat that we went to the SPCA, and they would not let me make payments. And that orange cat died in Kathy's arms. He had cystitis, and bladder thing, and the male cats will die because they get too much ash in their urine. And if you don't go in there with a catheter and clean out, they'll die. And he died, and I never forgave the SPCA for that. So, look, my cats were born here. They were outdoor kitties for 4 years, and they're fine. Go look at Lucky Farrell's. She's been doing videos for 3 years, and she has Hydrox the cat and Ditto the cat. Hydrox is an old tomcat, but he has a warm cat house that's heated. He gets fed wet food every day. He gets dry food every day. He gets water. She brushes him. She loves him. She loves Ditto. The Ditto doesn't come around very often. But the other day, Hydrox sat like this with his paws across his body like he was a Buddha, and he was just surveying his kingdom while she was working in the yard. He is a outdoors cat. He does not get along with the black cat Boo, and Boo is an indoor cat. And there's Stella, and there's Simba, and there's Splashy, the cute little Splashy he has black on his white face, and he's shy, but he's very cute. So they do acupuncture for cats with leg injuries. So yeah, well, remember Mitch McConnell, if you go back to Fibber McGee, and they did cartoons on it. It was like Foghorn Leghorn or Senator Claghorn. I think that was, except he doesn't have the accent. I'll say, son, we have to be fiscally responsible, son. We got to be fiscally responsible. We can't let debts go up that high. American people have to pay for that for generations. That's been the mantra for years. Every time we spend too much money, we will leave this debt with generations to come. Our children and grandchildren and their children's children will be forced to pay the debt, and it never gets paid. You might also look for an animal shelter or an SPCA or a no-kill shelter that has a vet somewhere. Call around. Do everything you can to save this kitty. What if you found a vet after you put him down and you would feel horrible? That could have saved him. Hey, I'm on YouTube. I weigh 350 pounds now. I gained weight. I've had stalkers follow me around here. They filmed my apartment building. They filmed Starbucks when the door was broken and put it on the net. They know where I'm at. You think someone in the government doesn't follow conservatives? Barack Obama did. I get these emails to offer me to be on a podcast, and I never hear anything again. So, unless I do when Curtis, no. It's trolls, you know. Well, Mitch McConnell, unfortunately, has the power to block any stimulus that anybody wants to propose because it's proposed by the Democrat. The Republican proposes that, excuse my language, I just swore. Oh, we love this bill. It's wonderful. It's the greatest bill to come down since the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. We'll pass immediately. You need to find out who's running against them and donate to them. And if you're in Kentucky, you need to work to get rid of Mitch McConnell. These people, we had a senator, he died. He's from Michigan. Now his wife became a congressman. We had a congressman, he died, John Dingell, and his wife became a congresswoman. She's very good. She's very supportive of the stimulus. But these people are in there for like 40 years. They're entrenched. I don't know. He can reveal it whenever he can reveal it. He has till the convention to reveal it. No, he's not. Anybody who sees people in trouble and ignores them because he's more worried about the deficit than people hurting. I'm not just talking about people on SSI or Social Security Disability, which is a different program, or Social Security or VA. You get people that are unemployed. You get people that haven't been able to find a job for years. Even though we have a roaring economy, there's still where people out of work. You got people that got laid off for this disease. You got people that got laid off and won't be coming back to their jobs because the jobs don't exist anymore. The companies have gone under. Now, are you going to deny them a stimulus check? I wouldn't. No fault of their own, they lost jobs. I mentioned the other time, a restaurant in Sacramento closed. They said, we cannot stay open on to-go orders. A number of businesses have closed this stimulus. They'll never Avianca, one of the biggest airlines in South America, declared bankruptcy because no one's flying. Well, Jeremy, I'll believe it when it's in my direct deposit tomorrow, sometime between midnight and 7 in the morning, if it shows up. I would not vote for Donald Trump right now because Donald Trump pushed for a second stimulus check and told the people there would be one. And then I don't know who the hell he's listening to. He's listening to Kudlow. The Fed chairman wants a stimulus. The two presidents of Fed wants a stimulus, but Mitch McConnell or somebody must be pushing Trump's buttons. And Mr. President, we cannot do this. We cannot have this on the backs of future generations. We're going to be trillions and trillions more in debt. And yet people can't go back to work except for they're opening up. They're wearing masks. And if you go to Vegas right now, how many of those businesses are going to reopen? MGM today gave a list of when they're going to reopen. It's not going to be for months. And all those employees are not getting any jobs. They don't have work. And in some states, I read today, guy filed for unemployment, hasn't seen a dime. We've been in lockdown for 2 months. Can you live on 2 months without any income? I couldn't, unless I had saved up. Okay, Nathan, keep your opinion to yourself. All right? You want to kiss Mitch McConnell's butt, do it somewhere else. I'm a Republican, and I was a pro-Trumper. I said Donald Trump is quite probable to win the election the day he ran. I said, you never know what might happen, but I think he's going to go for it and he's going to do it. But I'm not for Mitch McConnell. I don't like Mitch McConnell. I've never liked Mitch McConnell. He's a grouch. He's the Ebenezer Scrooge of the Senate. Look, some states pay very low unemployment. And the $600 is to compensate you for being out of work through no fault of your own. They did not get fired for cause. They got fired because of a virus that shut down their company. If you work, I don't know what an automaker works, $40, $50 an hour, I don't know. If you work for Tesla, you're out of work. Because the county where Tesla, Fremont, but I don't know what county that is, if it's Santa Clara or Alameda, Solano, I don't know. If that plant shut down, you don't have a paycheck. Now, are you going to deny somebody a check? Yeah, but you know what? Those people keep America running. I did my part. On and off. I'm done. I'm burnt out. I'm worn out. Well, my problem is I can't see. And that's another thing. Not the stimulus. God. The coronavirus killed my glasses. I went to my eye doctor. I got to call him. I keep meaning to call him. Went to my doctor. And, all right, here's a store. We love this in Fremont. It's very cute. Blue Bear. A kind of a Hello Kitty competitor. And they don't exist anymore because a woman could not make a go of it. This is about 10 years ago. Because no one was coming into her store because she was out in Fremont, but she was way off the beaten track. I went to my eye doctor and got my glasses ordered in February 25th. And the state of California prisoners make the eyeglasses for Medi-Cal. They said 4 to 6 weeks. It's been 2 months and no, thank you, catnaps. No, that's supposed to come in tomorrow. No, because weed would be too harsh on my lungs. I have very injured lungs because I've had repeated sinus infections and severe bronchitis, and I don't want to do that. So, I can see. I can't see up close. Actually, they're free. You can't get any lower than free, but the state pays for them. But I'm not going to get them because now they've converted all the prisoners into making masks. And Newsom found masks in China cheaper because they were costing the state $1.60 a mask, and he found them for 29 cents or something. I heard the figure. I don't know what the hell it was. Thank you for the donation. I had to drive the car twice when Kathy got sick. So she got sick to her stomach one day, and she pulled over in the median lane. When you get on an off-ramp, there's that little lane between the shoulder and the freeway lane and the off-ramp, and she pulled over there and got sick, and she could not drive anymore. I had to drive. So I can drive, I just don't do it. My license was suspended through no fault of my own because the DMV employee couldn't mind her own business. And I will eventually sit down with an attorney, and when we get a car again, and this is over, I'll have Kathy drive me. She went to go to Reno anyway. I'll drive her to have her drive me to Sacramento. I will meet my state senator and finally get this straightened out to remove the suspension. I did not do any burnouts in my Prius. You're doing it again. Clock, you just don't stop, do you? This is your final warning. Don't make comments like that. You don't know anything about me other than what you see in this video. Someone stole my Plymouth Reliant, a 14-year-old kid, and burned the transmission up because he was doing donuts. The cop. That's how they caught the guy. He was doing donuts in a dirt lot, and it cost me $1,600 for the transmission. They didn't do it right. I could pass a road test. They want me to take a written test and pay them $75 for someone when I said I thought I had an effing stroke. Overheard the word stroke and typed in on the computer. Drivers had stroke, and they suspended me for having a stroke when I never had a stroke. And I had 2 doctors send them letters, and then they sent a form of mine along listing all the possible medical conditions I could have, and they checked off note all of them and said asthma controllable. Takes medication, and there's high blood pressure. So. But once they dig their claws into you, they won't change their mind. You have to go to somebody high-powered. I went to a state senator, and his office is working for it. And then he went to Congress. So that went, and then I got very ill, and I couldn't do anything about it. I backed into somebody's car once in a parking lot because it was dark and I couldn't see him. No, $1,200 is not income. The unemployment money they're getting is not income either, but normally it is. Now, there's some talk that the unemployment, the extra unemployment they're getting is taxable, and I don't think it is. I'm breathing much better now. I took the pills, so they are helping. I don't believe in that sovereign citizen crap. That's like the people that say you don't have to pay income taxes. Ask Wesley Snipes how that worked. Ask Wesley, God damn it, I can't say it. Ask Wesley Snipes how that worked out with the 3 years in prison. Because he got bad advice. He got bad advice from his tax advisor, H&R Buskin, who used to work for Johnny Carson. I owe her $200. I'm giving her the money tomorrow. I'm giving her $300 toward the car repair. I pay my girlfriend back. And I don't owe all the money. I'm having. No, I'm not. I don't have a pizza. I didn't buy a pizza. You saw what I bought for dinner. There's no pizza in here. I'm actually trying to lay off pizza because I think pizzas make me partly is what makes me gain weight. Look, I talked to 2 mechanics up there, and they first thing after I talked to them, they said, we don't work on Priuses. Hello, Maverick. Welcome back. And these guys do it for $741. Yeah, my problem is that right now I cannot see out of the left eye well because I can't see small print. I have to squint at the screen right now. So everything is on the black screen. It's not the white letters. So, well, it gets replayed. But I've never had a stroke. I've never had a heart attack. I take Lipitor generic for cholesterol. I'm not even sure what the hell cholesterol is. I haven't had time to look that up either. There's been too much other stuff going on. I have a long list in the back of mine. Things I need to look on the Mayo Clinic website. That's wrong with me. I got to take that every day for the rest of my life, they told me. Remember all that high cholesterol, low cholesterol, the eggs have cholesterol. I didn't know eggs had a heart attack. You ever seen an egg with a heart attack? Clear! Oh, sorry, we scrambled it. I don't know, she was just half awake when I called her. I think I woke her up. I'm sorry to hear that. But, you know, whoever I got at the DMV, and the woman at the DMV medical department was an absolute bitch. I told her I've never had a stroke. Well, we have to have doctor's certification that you never had a stroke. And even after you got the doctor's certification, they still wouldn't take the suspension off. And then my current doctor, when I had my cataract surgery, she wouldn't write the letter because we want to make sure you can see. I had to drive the car twice. I could see far away. I just couldn't see up close. I could see the cars and everything, but I couldn't read small. If someone put a newspaper in front of the car, I couldn't read the newspaper. No, no, this is before I ever even heard of Belgium. Yeah, they're being quiet now, would stay in place. Most of them, except the guy upstairs who yells down to the balcony. Um, I think subconsciously, a lot of people, as this has gone on, they realize this is something serious. This isn't anything frivolous. Oh, there are idiots running around with no mask on and all of that. Well, yeah, I would totally go to hell. $300 glasses. I got off cheap though. I went to Four Eyes or Sight for Four Eyes, and they have frames that were $1,000. I did not have a stroke. Look, I would have to go back to UCSF my chart, and somewhere here in a drawer are letters my doctor wrote to the DMV saying he had no history of heart attack or stroke. Or arteriosclerosis or whatever the other thing is. Both doctors certified that. So stop it, people. No. Well, I would admit I've been looking at Craigslist. I've been looking on eBay. Quit it. I can prove I did not. If I could find the paperwork, part of the reason I got this bin down here that my shoes are on is when I get some file folders to put all the important paperwork that I need to save in one space so I can immediately find it. 190. Kind of shocked me too. In January, when I went to the doctor, I was 130. They said my blood pressure is normal. It's because of being sick and this lockdown. That's why my blood pressure is. And coming on here and getting idiots coming, oh, you had a stroke. But I think that also went because I was hyperventilating, gasping for air. I hadn't taken my pill. I took my pill this morning. I can't use a word I want to use, though. You don't. They announced it may be coming. It's in the rumor mill. It's being done by a French company for Diablo 2. No, we didn't test. Okay, Nathan, enjoy your life. Bye-bye. I meant what I said. Next person that brought that up, out of here. I'm not screwing around. Well, there were two stories on it yesterday I read. I love Diablo 2. I hate Diablo 3, and they're already saying Diablo 4 is going to suck. Well, where'd it go? I keep losing the orange juice, the grape juice. I'm drooling, for God's sake. Uh-oh. And that happened about a week ago. Something, a sugar pop went down the wrong way and I started to choke. Yeah, doctor chewed me out, and I said, "Look, I didn't take my pill today, and I've had this problem all day with the breathing. I don't know when it went up." Oh, this was $1.99 at. Yeah, I had nurses take care of me. I had attendants take care of me. I had a respiratory therapist. They took my blood. They took my X-rays. They put these things in my chest to have the EEG going. Or EKG, sorry, not EEG. No, I drink grape juice and orange juice because I love it. I can't drink tomato juice. It makes my stomach hurt. I don't know. They're wearing masks. How much do you see if someone... The one looked... She was attractive, but I couldn't see what she looked like. I had to believe in COVID. What do you think it is? No, my hands are messed up. These hands go numb now. Start charging you by the lifting here. Welch's grape juice cocktail. Concord grape juice. They also have one with passion fruit and mango, and I don't do either of those. That's what I'm drinking. I've been eating Welch's grape jelly and grape preserve since I was a little child, but I love this stuff. And normally it's $2. I think it was $2.50 normally, so it was $1.99 on sale. It might have been $2.99. I've run out of ice now. I don't know about the Bay Area. I just know here it was 16-mile-an-hour winds, and about 1 o'clock this afternoon, everything was howling. My table out there was moving around, banging against the wall. So, and I didn't have hot nurses, so I'm gonna... Why are you obsessed with whether a nurse looks attractive? What does that have to do with their medical care? I'm going to remove that comment. I'm lying there worried, am I going to survive the night? And you're asking me to think about whether a nurse is hot? Come on, guy. Have some respect for the people in the medical profession. What if they're all male nurses? Am I supposed to think the male nurse is hot? I'm not into gayness. Well, the nurse who made the joke about the walking home, I showed him the live video when it was completed. And he said, "Oh my goodness," and he laughed, and he liked the idea, so... Well, I don't know. I think, it may have been she snapped at me because she's under a lot of pressure, too. Those people are, doing a Herculean job. Remember, they could all stay home and say, "I'm not going to do this. It's not safe. I might die." They took blood on my hand. When I was a child, I had grand mal, and I would faint. And the phlebotomy cart lady would come up, and they'd take blood samples after blood sample, and that's one reason I didn't become a doctor. And I would have massive nosebleeds, hemorrhaging where it was just pouring out of me. They finally cured that by a doctor cauterized my nose with some kind of stuff. I didn't have a nosebleed again for years, but my mother was a nurse, and I hung around hospitals, and I heard people screaming and could smell the smell of death. That's why, part of another reason I didn't become a doctor. You go in there, and a certain percentage of people don't come back out again. I talked to Trump. I would tell him one thing: quit trying to destroy Social Security. And I said, people are hurting. They have no food. They have no food for their children. They're going to get evicted. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their mortgage. They can't pay their car payment. They can't pay their credit cards. And you bozos are worried about the deficit. I'm a second-hand person all the way. You look at countries that take away guns, then they take away your freedom. They put you in prison camps. They put you in jail. They put you in prison. China, Cuba, Vietnam. Vietnam, the communists took over Vietnam. They got rid of all the intelligentsia. And they put you in re-education camps, which is basically slave labor camps. That's why the politicians fear guns. They know the people, if they get pissed off enough, they'll revolt. Remember, we got 5 or 6 million veterans in this country, and a great deal of them are armed. And there's cops that if it came down to insurrection would side with the insurrectors. They're not going to let America be destroyed. Well, one reason I use a credit card, let's say I bought a brand new Mac. And I was in Costco, there's one for $9.99 brand new, but since I couldn't see what it was because I was in a wheelchair, and there was no clerk there to ask, the other one was $12.99. I'm going to put on a credit card because I have protection with a credit card I don't have with cash. That reminds me, I got to put this thing on Apple Care soon. I will not divulge whether I own or do not own a gun. That's none of your business. Not yet. Paul nagged me about that, and I have been meaning to, but I've been sick for 2 months. And the other thing is, a lot of this stuff will just be disposed of. My worry is not me. It's not my professions. I've got to write my friend Justin in St. Paul, fill out a will, lay me in as the executor, because he would get all my paranormal books, all 600 of them. So, okay. That's a smarmy comment. Don't leave that sort of stuff in here, Martha. Time out for you. This is a clean channel. I haven't washed the screen, but it's a clean channel. I need a haircut. I'm not going to answer that question. Don't ask it again. All right? That's none of your business. I do have some right to some privacy, even though I do live videos. And that would also affect my my personal security. I'm not going to tell anybody what steps I have or steps I have not taken to protect myself, or what I have lying around the house to protect myself. It's none of your business. It's my business. But I know enough that I can use just about anything in it to disable somebody if I have enough time to do it. You can do somebody in with a pair of scissors, and you can do a lot of damage with a pair of scissors. I don't know about break-ins. I know car windows have been broken here and on the street. And my favorite, I don't know how they did it in the middle of the night. The guy must be the soundest sleeper in America. They unscrewed the guy's air conditioner from his living room window. Left a big hole there. I couldn't believe that. By the way, they gave me this prednisone. I've been blowing my nose constantly. I've only blown it twice since I took the pills. Hello, Hannah. How you doing? Yes, I love kitties too. Ramona Bell is dead. Ramona Bell has been dead. Where have you been? She had asthma too. She died of an asthma attack. Art and we're staying in a hotel in Henderson for UFO convention. I think he married Erin about a month after Ramona died, and he got criticized for it, but that's his business. And I think Erin and Ramona were related. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if she does or not. What would she do with the complex? Go back to the Philippines? With no income? I hope Art had some money left. No. She loved Art. But he got abused. She went home to the Philippines to be with family, or there may have been family problems, and I don't know. I've tried to contact Curtis, and he's busy. Or he may just not be doing anything. He has a relatively new baby, and that's been taking up a lot of his time and his wife's time. No, he didn't. She didn't, I mean. Um, yeah, kittens. It stimulates the muscles, it stimulates the bones, it stimulates the nerves. It's good for kitties. It's good for people too. I know Aldous Burbank was his stalker. I called the Nye County sheriffs and talked to them, and I did 3 videos on it. And that happened. Well, yeah, I listened to her. I like her voice. Certainly better than Weather Hade. My cat Fuzzy would be better host than Weather Hade. At least she's cute. And she smells. You wouldn't get much back and forth discussion, but yes, I know he was. I'm certain of it. Art Bell. We never met, we were friends. I corresponded back and forth. I talked to him a couple times on the phone when he was on shows. Art knew who I was. Art knew I was involved with George Noory, too. Yeah, but one thing, we need to stop the Seward Gabbard discussion. I normally do not allow that on this channel, so I'm removing that comment. Please stop. Same with you. Okay? No more about Seward Gabbard. I'm trying to keep discussion that to 0. All it does is encourage them, and it causes me problems. And right now I got all the problems I can handle. Health problems, Kathy, the cats, and oh my God, it's 9:45. And this lockdown and stress. That's probably part of the reason my blood pressure was 190. I don't need any more stress from people online either. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know if you're saying that or you're making fun of poor George Noory who burned his mouth. For what it's worth, I have burned my mouth on pizza rolls. Those things get really hot out of the microwave. Well, I'm going to end this because I have to go over and feed Orangey. No comment. Again, none of your business. I did 1 minute of one radio show in CBS radio in Las Vegas when the DJ had to go to the bathroom. He said, play these records, or 3 minutes or something. Play 2 records while I'm in the bathroom. That's my broadcasting career on live radio. That was it. 1968, Las Vegas. That I can't even find any indication that station existed or the DJ because we were friends, but don't want to talk about them. Okay. No. All right? I said, don't. You just did. And by the way, I love MB. I'm removing you from the channel. Bye-bye. That's a Bell Gab troll. So, I don't have the equipment. I don't have extra phone lines. And I'm not going to give up my cell phone numbers. I have to buy a cell phone, and I'm not going to pay for that. And there's no way to screen calls on a cell phone. I love Art Bell. I miss him terribly. Now, I listened the other night. They had a guy talking about a guy who worked taking care of nukes, and he seen UFOs. Talked to the Air Force in Europe, then he immediately switches to rock. And Ian Pound is obsessed with rock music, and I have no interest in all these rock stars in the 60s and 70s. Who cares? So, yeah, that's not the problem. I don't know who's calling. I get stuff, you're a con man, you beat your girlfriend, you kill cats, you killed your parents. I don't want you're the Zodiac killer. I don't want to get that night after night after night. I have to have someone screen the calls. Look, I can't get people in here to shut up about have you had a stroke and sewer gab. Art didn't screen calls because Art could get away with it. He was Art Bell. I get abused. Art got a little bit of that. But Art, if people went overboard, he cut them off. He hung up on them. And I don't think I have the best channel on the internet. Thank you for the compliment. But there's that guy, Joe something or other. People love that guy. I can't think of his name right now. Of course, I could always pretend I was the late Joe Franklin. You're terrible. Flush this guy. Get rid of him, Mr. Producer. Oh, I think J.C. Webster, it's not Weber, it's Webster, was one of the funniest people I ever heard. I have it all on my computer. Mr. Bell, I want to tell you, how dare you, Mr. Bell? Or how dare you, Mr. Norrie? I am the 10-star general of the Lord, J.C. Webster. And Mr. Bell, you forced Edna away from me. She ran away to Motorcycle Man. And Mr. Norrie, you stole my wallet and you are engaging in your criminal enterprises. And some say J.C. was Phil Henry. I don't know if he was or not. I don't really care, but it was funny stuff. And Art would play along, and if it was a put-up job, Art was having fun with it. George doesn't have the ability to have... George has some fun with it, but not like Art. Madman Markham, I believe Madman Markham had a time machine. So, you know, now, I think somebody bought that channel, and the one with, he got mad at me for sending emails to him. The other guy, that Weather Hayde was on his network, and now he's having financial problems. Can't think of his name right now, but no, not Keith Rowland. Mike Vera. I reheard this whole story, and he got arrested, and he apparently blacked out the city, and it was incredible stuff. If he's not telling the truth, then it was still a great story. And we're sending him news articles and notices of my videos, and he goes, I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't want to be sent that stuff. So he got mad at me. And he offered me a position on his network if I pay him for the airtime. And I'm considering it, but we were negotiating back and forth, and then the coronavirus hit, and then I got sick. So there's no point in dealing with this when I'm sick. No, I'm not going to do Midnight Martinez because the trolls started this Martinez Tonight crap. I would come up with my own title. From the middle of a parking lot in Pacoima, California, this is Pacoima Tonight. I'm doing this program under a 57 Chevy because it just drove over my foot, ladies and germs. To steal a line from the late Steve Allen, whom I loved, but who was a skeptic and a major force in the SciSop, the skeptic organization, Skeptical Inquirer, on them guys. They don't like my weight. They don't like my religion. They don't like that I don't like illegal aliens. They don't like that I don't work for a living. When I worked, they didn't like the kind of job I had. They criticize you for the cats, my parents, and my favorite, of course. I am the Zodiac Killer. It was so good to kill those people when I was 16 and couldn't drive a car. But I magically drove the car to Lake BRS when I didn't own a car. Didn't have gas money to drive from Las Vegas to Northern California, way up in the hills somewhere. They're nuts. Well, I will, but not today. Kathy's coming over. I don't know. We never got that far. He just said, drop me an email. I wrote him an email. I didn't get an answer back. No, stop with the Midnight Martinez. Glock, you're doing it again. Right, this is your final warning, Glock. I told you no. Time out. I warn you again, you're gone. Cat or no cat. One thing, the trolls come in and they change your names. They come back in the next broadcast. You're a dictator. You're a bully. No, it's my channel. You don't like what I do? Get the hell off the channel. And stop leaving posts that are aggravating, annoying, insulting, slanderous. Or when I tell you to stop, you don't stop. Then you complain that you don't stop. And I kick you off the channel. Too bad. You're not behaving like a gentleman or gentlewoman. They're mad that I know George Norrie. By the way, that video of George Norrie and me shaking hands at UFO gun, that's got over 2,000 views now. I think it's got 2,300 views. And by the way, I forgot to mention something. I now have 1,789 subscribers. No. George Norrie is the host of the nationwide and worldwide radio program 10 to 2 in the morning, Coast to Coast AM, founded by the late, great Art Bell. George knows me. I started doing videos making fun of George. That's how George found out about me. We're friends. I am rather hurt that I said, a lot of people feel I should be doing a show. They think I could be a good weekend host. I'm in my serious mode now. And when I asked George that, he just went dead silent. Some think that he feels threatened by me because I'm relatively popular. He didn't have a name. If I named him, he'd be Fred. Fred the Alien. I've been giving you a sample of my show for weeks now when I do live videos. You get to hear how I am. I could stand to lose 100 pounds. Well, it depends on your point of view. I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm still very, very tired. I'm moving on sheer adrenaline. I was very weak when I got home last night. I was very weak this morning. And I was feeling really bad all day until I got my medication. I don't have the energy for extraneous things right now. I want to have my dinner and go to bed. And I really should get off and go feed Orangey, even though it's way too late to feed Orangey. So, if I were to start a radio show, and if I had the money, and if he's still alive, and if he would do it, I would get Art's old announcer. Now, Heather, I said her name, my God. She had him doing openings for her, but I would get that guy to do, or I would get him to do my promos, or John B. Wells. I love John B. Wells. I think John B. Wells is great, but I don't know if he'd do it or not. I was watching every one of his videos on YouTube for a very long time. I can't remember the name of that guy who does his Ross something. I have all these names in my head. There's too many names I had to remember. Call the wild card line at 702-689-2177. Back in my brain, stuff like that. I can't remember my phone number, but I can remember Art Bell's phone number. Ross Mitchell, thank you. I mentioned to people that I could never understand one thing. There was an east of the Rockies line. There was a west of the Rockies line. But nobody ever called from on the Rocky Mountains. Not one call. And all the years Art Bell was on the air. I'm on Pikes Peak. I'm calling you, Art. Because if you're in Pikes Peak, you're in the Rockies. You're not east or west. Oh, he's 780. Okay. Well, now Kathy wants to go to Reno real bad. So when the lockdown is over, I may have to go in there and see if I can have a couple minutes with him. No. Look, I had people claim they went and complained to me, and that complained to the network, and that's why my videos are no longer on Coast to Coast. I've never heard the total reason. So I like Ross Mitchell's voice very much. I have gone to these sites where you can hire someone to do voiceovers, and I've only heard one person who has the right vocal timbre, if that's the correct term, for doing what I would consider. I want someone deep voiced and who sounds older and serious, It would be the equivalent of having, "This is Walter Cronkite," that sort of thing. And by the way, Dan Rather is back like the thing that never stays dead. They're now saying, America's most respected journalist. This is a guy who went, Kenneth, who's the frequency, and made up a story about George W. Bush not flying fighter jets or something. He was on a rooftop, and they fired him because he was going nuts. So, okay. Catnaps, thank you for the donation, but I'm not going to have somebody put something like that on there. Goodbye. You're not going to come in and insult me and slander me and get away with it. Yeah, I'd like 2 double cheeseburgers, please. Fries, an apple turnover, a vanilla shake, and a strawberry shake. And by the number to call McDonald's is 602-781-3972. How much will that be, ma'am? Okay, $8.98. All right. Would you like that in bills or loose change? Or did you take a credit card? I don't know. Tom was sick, very sick at UFOCon. He wasn't there. And Tom has a great deal of influence. Tom is George's producer. He's also like George's bodyguard. And George promised me a second interview 3 years ago. I haven't gotten it yet. I asked him at the second interview. I got silence. And now he has some woman he's hanging around with. I can't get along with George nor time enough to ask him about. So, all I know is something happened in January of that year. There was two things happening. Tom would not allow me to put stuff on a USB drive or put it on CD and mail it to him. He wanted me to do it through YouTube, and YouTube for some reason would not work on my computer to download it to him. And he claimed he had no problem with everybody else's videos but mine. And yet when I did the We're Not Going to Take It show, I had no problem sending the download to the producer of that show, who was not Tom Danhauser in St. Louis. But all of a sudden, Tom couldn't upload my video or download my videos and take them off YouTube. Got over 4,000 videos. Every one of them is published to YouTube. So, and then the other thing, he talked to me on the phone in January. We want you to do 8 videos in a row. So we have a backlog. And 2 weeks later, he tells me, we've gone in a different direction. And that's the last thing I know. That's how I stopped being on Coast to Coast AM. My videos are still there. There have been, well, hell, you can look at my channel. And I did a video, Kathy and I did a call-in to, I cannot think of the guy's name, it'll be back in my head again, a podcaster, and we were on the phone for half an hour. We saw a black triangular UFO over this building, and next door is a park. No, I'm not a member of MUFON. It's on my list of things to do, but everything's a matter of money. You know, I got to have enough money to do this. I was a NICAP member at the age of 10. The powerful and classic UFO civilian group founded by Donald E. Kehoe, my friend. So, I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say. And that's first I've heard of that. If Tom was doing that, that's reprehensible. So I was, and don't call him a troll. We don't know if he did that or not. So that I'm not going to allow that either. Okay. I mean, you know, if you don't have direct proof, then you're slandering somebody. I'm not going to allow him to be slandered, or George, or Art Bell, or Aaron Bell, or Asia Bell, or the baby whose name I can never remember, Arthur Bell the Fourth, maybe, I don't know, Fifth. You don't do that here. You don't slander me, you don't slander Kat, you don't slander the cats, or my parents, or my friends. This is not a place for you to come in and impugn people's reputation. And I won't allow it. And if you do it, you cross the line, you're gone. I've blocked over 200 people. I can make it to, I've got blocked 210 now. Tonight it's 212 or 13. I can make it 214. Just takes a button clicking. Look, I talked to an attorney who does nothing but remove YouTube videos and then sues websites. To do the removal of YouTube is X dollars. I'm not going to say how much. I'm not going to say where they are. Do the removal website would cost X plus X dollars. We're talking, I will say, thousands of dollars. Klondike bars. From Isley's, what used to be Isley's. What What will you do for a Klondike bar? I've eaten those all my life. Made me man I am today. Fat. Kathy, assuredly no. Her thought pattern to her logic would drive the aliens would dump her off in about 30 seconds. Oh my God, no, we can't. She never stopped talking. We're going crazy. Now I just did my channeling of Robin Williams there for a minute. Someone at Alien Con, I talked to her. If you look at the video, there's a video of an excerpt of Ancient Aliens, and I'm shown in the video. But unfortunately, I did not use my commentary, but I'm in there. Episode 11, I think it is, of season 7 or something. I'm there, and she took me aside afterwards and said, and I had something in my ear for 40 years. It's no longer there. It was hard. It felt like a rock. It was not a cyst. And I told doctors recently, they looked like me, I was nuts, but one day it was gone. And it hurt, and it kept moving. And she said to me, you have been abducted, but you've blocked the memory of it, and you won't feel comfortable till you admit to yourself that you, no, they are not implant scars. Kathy has I don't remember the actor. He was in, Andrew Duggan. He was in Like Flint with James Coburn. And he had the same marks here and here, and it was covered by makeup. When you have capillaries that are very close to the skin, and you lie a certain when you're asleep, they break, and they form pools of blood under your skin, and the blood dries up, but the scar is still there. It looks like someone beat the crap out of you. And that's what I beat Kathy and all that. And I said, that's getting more and more terrible looking all the time. I ain't going to Washington State now. No, it's not mean. I'm telling the truth. But they've accused me of beating her, and it has nothing to do with it. She said that about 6 or 7 times. I don't beat her and all that. Don't call me a mean. I know my girlfriend for 40 years. This is your last chance, Janice, too. I've warned you repeatedly. Kathy sleeps on her side. And the capillaries, I couldn't think of the name. Capillaries break, and blood pools under the skin, and the blood leaves a scar. And I've been with this woman for 42 years, so thick and thin. We lived together for six times. We can't live together because we're too set in our ways. We drive it, and she plays rock music that I hate, and I play Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin that she hates. I don't know. I'd be really angry if that pillow is a piece of crap, you know? But she sleeps like this, and then when she wakes up, there are these marks under her skin. It's not being mean, it's being factual. There was no meanness about it. I think it's horrible. I think it's absolutely horrible. You got people, they go and destroy channels. They publish slander and lies and make up stories. And you have people on YouTube accusing other people of being child molesters and murderers and child pornographers and killing animals and abusing children and abusing their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their husbands, their wives, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their aunts, their uncles, their dogs. It never stops. You have to have some control over these people or YouTube will completely go to hell. We are not going to get married because Kathy is still married. Her husband left her about 15 years ago. She has no idea where he is. She knew where he was, but she can't remember where it is. It's having to get old. But she's still legally married to him, but he abandoned her. And his mother owns 7 houses, and Kathy is staying married because in case she dies, the lawyer is going to have to contact her as the wife. They'll probably offer a settlement, and she'll get a fair piece of change. But there's no love there anymore. No, because she has to get divorced. You have to serve the guy with paperwork, and where is he? I've never heard of Andrew Cuomo. I wouldn't know. I don't know how it works in the courts. I'm not an attorney. That would also be horrible. I don't know where you're going to the news. I haven't heard anything about this. But if individual YouTubers cannot block people, then what's the point of being on YouTube? No. My father was in the Army for 17 years. We moved around a lot. That's one of the big reasons I didn't want to go in the Army or the Air Force. Army would get me killed. I was going to go in the Air Force in 1970. My mother had anti-military ideas. She hated war. And then she told me about 4 years before she died that she wouldn't have any problem if I enlisted in the Air Force. The Air Force wanted me. I took the test in the old federal building in San Francisco, and they said, would you take it again? I said, why? You got the 3rd highest score in the history of the Air Force. I took it again. I got the highest score in the history of the Air Force. They wanted to grab me, send me to Lackland Air Force Base for basic training, and then send me to OCS. So I should have. I learned a lot of fighting skills from my reading and knowing a lot of very strange characters and people in special forces. And like that, because my dad met a lot of people in the Army. But given my physical disabilities, I would have to use other means to protect myself other than using my body because I have too much wrong with me. I hate to tell you that, but phone bombers? No. I was going to be a support troop. Remember, for every combat soldier, every plane, every ship, there's probably 10 guys supporting that unit with logistics, supplies, gasoline, whatever. They're not all combat veterans. I might have been, but when I was young, I was arrogant and didn't know where to keep my mouth shut, would put my foot in my mouth, so I don't know how far I would have gotten. I do that nowadays sometimes. But I've learned over 48 years to not say certain things, or I try not to, but my temper gets the best of me. And then I don't know if the Air Force would like me with my interest in UFOs and always reading a book, so that's the other thing. Well, my knowledge of the Air Force, I have a very large, not bragging, knowledge of written history of warfare and weapons. But anyone who's in a combat situation, all that goes out the window the first time you're either an officer, because the officers have to learn from the non-coms. New lieutenants are learning from their sergeants. They don't know what the hell they're doing, and I wouldn't know what I was doing either. I was a military writer for 5 years. I wrote for military magazines. I got paid a small amount of money. And those magazines aren't around anymore, and I don't have the magazines came in my storage I lost in 2001. I had a huge storage area, 2 storage areas. I lost the one with all the good stuff. They didn't sell off the one with all the junk in it. I lost all my mementos from school. I lost my diplomas. I lost my yearbooks. I lost pictures of all my beloved kitties. And hadn't backed any of the pictures up. So these magazines are gone. They weren't professional magazines like Strategy and Tactics or The War Gamer or some of the other magazines out there today. They were, printed on newsprint, and they had a smaller subscription base, but I got paid to do articles, usually $25, $20. Now, I know comic book writers, I know comic book editors, I know comic book artists, but I got offered, that's another thing my mother did to me, thank you. In '68, my friend Alan Weiss, who became an artist at DC, and when I moved from Las Vegas, I made a huge mistake. I moved back in my mother after being declared emancipated minor in court. She begged me because she had problems with my father getting drunk and causing problems. I moved back with my mother, and then he said, if you can get to the San Diego Comic Con, I've set up an interview with you with a editor at DC at Superman, and I'm the biggest Superman fan in the world. Although I haven't seen the stuff lately, they keep changing the scorecard. I can't figure out Superman. Today Superman's good, tomorrow he's bad, he's wearing black, he's wearing red, he's wearing green, he's wearing purple, he's wearing polka dots. I don't know. He's fighting this guy. Now when they're talking about the Toyman has come back. An old adversary for Superman. But if you get down here, I've got an interview. We'll get you a hotel room with DC Comics and with editor Superman, and they'll give you a job as associate editor on Superman. And I would have gone like, oh my God. And I said, Mother, can you give me money to get to San Diego? She wouldn't give me money. She did not want me to succeed at anything because then she couldn't get she couldn't get her paws off me. She couldn't control me. Problem with writing an autobiography, you got to remember it. I don't remember things. Too much stress over the years. PTSD. Writer I know asked me about what I knew about a certain subject that he wrote on, and I said, I can't remember. I know I was told this, but I can't remember. No, I didn't run a movie house. I ran an adult bookstore and movie store, and I have worked in movie houses though. Yeah, I have channel membership, cheap, $5. No refunds. Actually, I wouldn't charge for paranormal dating. I'm not going to go bird dating, which is an idea though, but you must live in a town named Berg, with a Berg on the end of the name. And you must read paranormal books and watch paranormal videos and listen to paranormal shows. You cannot be a Berg dater. I've looked in paranormal dating, and there aren't any paranormal people on that. I've looked on a list of women, and where the paranormal fans. And he's now got a second channel. It's like the Unparanormals or something. Or the Undead Paranormals. I don't know what the hell it is. He's been advertising the crap out of this stuff. Nah. What would I say, Oh, there is a site where I signed up just so I could see who's on there. And I get offers for dates. I'm not doing anything about it, but it's a site you have to pay for time to send message to the person to get a date. You may never actually go out with the person. Maybe all for money, I don't know. But that was advertised in Art Bell, so I signed up for it. There was a movie called The Organization, and they had men write into these women, and the women send pictures back. They would be voluptuous, or they'd be thin and gorgeous, and they were a model, or they were a dancer, or they were a gymnast, or they were a rock star, or a musician, whatever it was. There's a scene where Sidney Poitier goes in this seedy office in North Beach above a coffee shop, and there's a room, and all these really old women, about 70, 80 years old, are writing letters, and they're putting the letters in, they spray the letter with perfume, and then they have lipstick, and they put it on their lips, and they kiss the letter, and it's like old ladies, they're not 20. We have 350 million people. They have 1.5 billion. Now you do the odds. The traditional military dictum is 3-to-1 odds. They got us outnumbered a lot more than 3-to-1. Who? Oh, God. Okay, Janice, you're gone. All right? You're gone. That's enough. I warned you. You didn't stop. Bye-bye. Thank you for your donations and coming in, but that's enough. No more. That's funny. I'm sorry for laughing. That's funny. I love maple syrup, but the real stuff if I can get it. Cats are fine. I got to go feed Orangey. It's 10:30. So I'm going to end this. And if I go out there too late, the neighbors yell at me for calling Orangey. So I got to go get this done. Then I got to eat dinner and crash because I certainly didn't get enough sleep last night. I couldn't sleep. I tried all day to go to sleep. I could not sleep. So, and I still want to get up in an hour and a half or 2 hours if I can and check my bank balance and see if my money's in. So I will be back tomorrow. Hi, Tiger Kitty. I will be back tomorrow when Kathy's here. That's terrible. All right. That's horrible. It's funny, but it's horrible. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. You got me with that one. Oh, my God. I'm sure someone actually does that. It's too weird. They make the soup and the little bat nose is sticking out of the soup. I don't even think about that. What if the bat is not fully cooked and it starts flapping around, I would feel so guilty to have a bat still alive in my soup, but I wouldn't be making bat soup or eating bat soup. I wonder if that's what Batman eats, bat soup. Or would that be eating like his relatives or something? All right, to get back to where I was before I totally lost it, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cold, as the case may be. Stay safe. If the stimulus check gets deposited at midnight or 4 in the morning, Kathy will be here because I owe her $200. We have to get the car repaired. It's $741 plus tax to get the car. So we have to get that repaired. I want to go shopping. I want to go out in the car for a day without Patty. I want to spend some time with my girlfriend in the car. And then we're not going to drive it much because we're afraid something else will go wrong. She already replaced the spark plugs and some of the valves. So we got a bad car. We want to get rid of it. So I can't check. Well, they won't. I checked twice today. It will not be in there. But just to settle the issue, because Bank of America only puts in the check once a day, and so let's see if I doubt if it's in there. And I know I had to charge $1.30 for my medication, so I have about $21 in the bank right now. And I hate it. They hide. I'm using. I keep going to caps lock here. I hate it that they hide what I'm typing because I can't tell if I'm typing it right because they put these little dots there. It drives me crazy. All right, here we go. Nope. I have $21.22. That was close. And there is another thing. The IRS is supposed to send you a letter saying that you will be getting the check or the deposit or the whatever it is 15 days before they send it. I got my mail today. I've received nothing. So they're so screwed. And I talked to the Amazon driver, and he said, yeah, I got the letter 2 days after they gave me the money. So I just looked all the way down to May, and there's no check in here, and nothing pending either. Oh, this is May. I looked down to May 4th. So normally they have a thing pending. There's nothing pending right now. So, they're advertising for Xfinity. I don't want Xfinity, so screw you, Xfinity. Another evil company. But I did do one thing. I raised my limit on the amount of money I can take out of the bank. So, and if it does come, I go down to the bank and I take all the money out, about take $450, and I want to get a secured credit card. Hold on, I go back to my channel. I can see that I've got to get out of here. Anyway, I was starting to say, stay wet. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool as the case may be, and stay safe. Oh, hold on. The adult education school here, wet, warm, dry, or cool as the case, has a sign, and the Martinez Adult Education Center is closed. It says, stay home and stay safe, S-T-A-F-E. I saw that today, and the problem with electronic boards, you can't always get the electronic boards if you try to take a picture of them with the iPad. But I'm tempted, when next time I go to that Safeway, to walk over there where the Wendy's used to be. Another thing, if I become dictator, I bring back the Wendy's there. I'm mad. So I got my chili and my Frosties and my salad. Every time I wait for the bus, I would get that, take it home, and my dinner. And that's safe. So we're all staying safe. Not safe, safe. That's the new word for the 2020s. Safe. I don't know. We get a lot of people out there that can't, and this is funny because in adult education, they can't spell the word safe. There's something wrong with this picture. I got mask. I got mask up to the zoo. I got the hospital gave me masks last night. They aren't the problem with the white ones. I broke one, but these were too tight on me. But I got mask. There you go. But it makes my ears go weird because they're not stretchable enough. So. There's mask. I got to get Zola to make me some new ones with the black elastic. So I don't have whites. I don't have wet wipe. There aren't many wipes in the store in months. So yeah, I have. It's not glass. It's plastic, or hard plastic. It's this thing. I look like some alien from some cheesy movie from the 60s, you know. It looks actually like more like I gotta clean it. It looks more like a riot mask than anything else. But it's just flexible plastic, hard plastic. Not really that hard either. So, yeah. I don't watch PBS, except for very rare thing. California Gold I've watched occasionally, but I don't watch PBS. It's a leftist network. So someone spits on me, unless they got to implement the instruction, I'm going to beat the crap out of them with my cane or whatever to get them on. When I get them on the ground, they're done. I'm going to sit on them. I sit on you. You ain't. Well, I won't. When I was a lot thinner, a guy got up. I sat on him, and she got up. I will. She'll be here tomorrow. I just hope she doesn't take all day to get here. I got shopping to do. I got to go get cat food. I will not vote for ultra-leftists. Let me put it this way. If David Duke had won and become a Republican state senator or congressman, I would not vote for David Duke either. Watch who? OAN? I've never heard of OAN. I don't know. It's when she gets here. I thought you were ordering pizza. I'm confused. Somebody ordered pizza. You know, I call her up at 9 a.m. and she has to have my coffee, and then she has to have breakfast. And the other problem is she's got to clean her house up. It's still messy because her toilet doesn't work. She can't flush the damn toilet, which must be causing major problems. I don't know what she's doing about that. She bought a plunger, and that didn't work. She probably dropped something in and clogged the son of a bitch. They're going to have to take a snake down there. They've had to do it in my bathtub. One American News Network. Never heard of it. What time are you live? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know when she'll get here. Now that's a little bit... Oh, here the Macy's Style Crew. They offered me a job, so I don't know what that is about either. I don't look like Mr. Style here. You've either got or you haven't got style. If you've got it, you stand out a mile. Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra, Robin and the Seven Hoods. But my voice sucks anymore for singing because my voice wavers, you know. No, I'm not going live in 30 minutes. I'm already live. Why would I go live for 30 minutes? Kathy's not here. I'm more confused than ever. I'm going to go live on Orangey the Cat and maybe Gray if they're still out there and the people yell at me to shut up because it is 10:30 at night. Or I may not feed Orangey tonight. I'll feed him in the morning. I'll get up at whatever 7 or 8 o'clock and go over there and feed him. I'm really physically tired. I don't really want to go over there, even though it's 2 blocks. Oh, well, most cats are great. There's some stinker cats. There are mean cats that don't like to be petted, that don't like to be cuddled, that hiss at you and growl at you. Oh, well, you're confusing the hell out of me, Glock. Don't do that. Do that on your own channel. Do that in private emails. Give her a phone call. Whatever. Don't confuse your host. I'm already confused. I don't need more confusion in my life. I need a housekeeper. I need somebody to come in here and help me clean and do laundry and throw stuff away. That's what I need. I need your Grays to abduct all my junk. The 1-800-B truck, you know, the 1-800-V truck. They come in and take all the junk I don't need anymore and deposit on some planet with a pit or a volcano or something. You know, people have promised to help me. You can't have anybody in here. We're on lockdown. We all have to keep 6 feet away. How are you going to clean with 6 feet away? You mean like Mr. Fantastic and reach your arm and clean my stove from across the room? Wish I had that in another part of my anatomy. That'd be good. Social distancing relationships. Could also knock on your door and wake you up in the morning. Huh? Is that you? No, that's part of me. It reaches across the room and it can open the door with the key. Doesn't have a key. Oh, God. I see I'm hearing someone out on the sidewalk now. It's 10:30 at night. This is what I have to put up with. This is why I wanted to get donations to the channel for the last 8 years. So I could move the hell out of here. That's not the word I want to use because of the F. I could go out in the desert and be quiet and not have people, anybody for 20 miles in any direction. I'm not going to disobey the governor of California. I don't have respect for him as a Democrat, but he is the governor of California. What do I need money for? No, you can get on the bus and go shopping. That's what we're going to do. It's just you'd have to travel 30 miles round trip or more to do it. I just went to Safeway and it was 6 miles. I give her a hug. Yes, she wears a mask. I have food. You missed the live haul part. And bags of food sitting here. All we need is love. Is not all we need is love. We need money. We need comfort. We need a place to live. We need security. We need to be cared for. We need good health, which I don't have right now. I have better health than I did yesterday. We need people to give a rat's ass about us. I don't know when I'm going to feed her. Costco doesn't have their little thing with hot dogs and Polish sausages and pizza anymore. That's closed down. A speakeasy buffet. Yeah, Joe sent me. Give me some salad and some chicken wings, and I'll take some wonton soup. Just put it through the hole in the door. Yeah, Joe sent me 3 times and 2 times, you know. That's fine. Do whatever you want. I just always thought it was very insulting if someone, they come up with these lies that they donated $500 to a charity in my name and wouldn't give me $1. That was insulting, and I think it was, frankly, a bunch of garbage. Wasn't true. Speaking of cat massage, I need a cat massage. My neck is stiff, my eyes hurt, my head hurts. I have food. Send donations. The food banks need food. I don't know if they need money, but they need food because they're not getting the donations. Everybody's locked up. And the farmers are throwing away milk. They're killing sheep. I don't know about sheep. They're killing chickens and pigs. They're boarding the pigs inside the mama, which is a sad thing to do. Well, I've got the matzah, not the matzah, the Seder plate dark chocolate. I'll give her chocolate for that. Yeah, the only problem with the Apple clock, it stops working. I don't know. It's been dropped several times, so it may not work anymore. I've had it for a very long time. I've had this since Oakland. And it works well and then stops. And these are cheap works in the back. They're not, they're made in China probably. And there is one on sale, but I'm out of batteries. Oh God, I've used all the batteries up. So I got another battery under here. I got to charge it tonight. But this stopped. You can see where it stopped, and I should have had. If I had the money for a hook, I would have had this on the hook. Now I've got 2 of the John Wayne clocks. They work, but I've had this clock for 30 years. So. That's Kathy. That's my girlfriend when she was like 16 in high school. That's my sweet baby, my sweet Kathy. Oops, sorry. She didn't like this picture. And it's starting to get old, so I'm going to have to get somebody to make me a copy. There used to be a professional photographer here in town, but he went out of business, so they remodeled the building for earthquake. No, it's a clock. But Kathy thinks she looks horrible and dumpy, and she doesn't take care of herself, or she's given up, and I think it's sad. I said, look, you used to have this blue coat, a cloth coat, and used to make your hair up, and we'd go out to dinner, and she looked very pretty, and that's how I think of her. And, you know, we've been together for 42 years, on and off, because she would move out, or I'd move away, or she'd move away. But we 90% of the time stayed in contact with each other. We love each other very much. She can be a pain in the ass, I can be a real pain in the ass. And she can be mean, and times I'm mean, because I'm reacting to her meanness. So, no, I don't. Clock, knock it off, okay? Weird stuff to talk about. All right, I'm ending this. I'm ending this now. I'm fed up with the people, with the stupid comments, the rude comments, the smarmy comments, and the comments that are not, I won't say politically correct, but they're politically correct as far as I'm concerned. So, yes, we wear each other's shoes. Kind of, this guy is strange. You know, I'm going like, you take that to another extreme, you can imagine what he's going to ask next. I'm not going to put up with that. No, because YouTube will knock you off the channel. They have things for monetization, and they have a lot of standards for advertisers. You can't use the F word. You can't do hate speech. There's about 6 things now you have to click every time I do a video. You've got to scroll down to all these forbidden topics you can't talk about. You're not allowed to do a video. When I did a video in the hospital, they demonetized it or limited monetization. So I'm not going to be dropping the F-bomb every 30 seconds. Sometimes it slips out by accident. I don't mean to say it, or another word. But I'm not here to be prurient. I'm not here to say words. It's like a little kid. Oh, he said a bad word. I'm not here to make scatological humor or poop jokes or fart jokes or anything like that either. That's not what I do. And it's disgusting, and it's childish to make comments that your girlfriend switch clothes with you. I'm not a cross-dresser. I had a bad word list. I don't even know what happened to it. But I'm not going to do that every damn program. They even mark you down if you say the word damn too much. YouTube has turned into total censorship. Their claim is the advertiser, but I think the claim is really liberalism. They think everybody's offended by something. Like Rush Limbaugh says, American exceptionalism is something they can't stand. We have exceptional people on the left, we have exceptional people on the right, but they can't stand anybody succeeding. Oh, God, no. Those poor bastards. I mean, we've been banned now. I would have to look it up. But I know it's got to be going to 3 months ourselves in the Bay Area. So let me see. Oh, last night got 148 views, by the way. The portal opened up, 98 views. Live Mother's Day, 145 views. Bergen Boxing Live, 186. Signed the White House stimulus petition, which you should sign. It has now close to, it may have 250,000 signatures. Imagine if 30,000 people signed that sucker, we'd be getting the stimulus. About 300,000, I mean, not 30. All right, I know it's more than a month because there's me going to San Francisco and going to the stores a month ago, so we're good. I know it wasn't February because I went to UFOCon. So I'm scrolling down here. And I know it 2 months ago, I went to the Slice House and we didn't have a lockdown. So that would have been, that was Friday. I may have published it Monday, Friday the 6th of March. So this is April, May. So we've been locked down about 2 months. And here's one with Corona events cancels something. Hold on. Oh, here's a month ago where the Safeways were emptying out, so it's been a month at a minimum. And I don't think it's going to let me scroll down any further than this. So, no, 3/2, and it won't let me go any further. I could go before end of February, and it won't let me do it. So let me see here. Here we go, Bay Area lockdown, March 16th. April, 3 days or 2 months. No, I'm not going to run. I'm 68 years old and I'm physically challenged. I'd have to have an electric wheelchair or something. So, and you know, you need 90 signatures and $900 and 60 signatures to get on the ballot. And I'm not going to run for state live office. You need 90 signatures. Crime has gone down, but the problem is we still have criminals. They live in Washington and Sacramento. There's about 600 living in Washington, D.C. I don't know about the state legislature. So, my face still looks good even to me at times, but you should see me in the morning. I look like crap. But it's my body. I've torn this rotator cuff twice. My hands go numb. I pulled some English ivy last year, and that pain radiated. I was screaming for about 2 weeks. It's in relation to poison ivy. My hands hurt. My feet hurt. I have an injured ankle that was never repaired. I have 2 injured knees that were never repaired. I have an injured back that will never get repaired. I'm physically very, very challenged by all my injuries. And my feet go numb and my toes go numb. And then pain radiates up and down the legs. And it's, if I sit in one place too long, it hurts. If I stand in one place too long, it hurts. So, okay, guys, that's not allowed. I mean, you're getting into, you know, oh, no, see, that's my back talking. So, and the back of this chair happens to have a bulge in it, and it goes right across the base of my spine. That's another reason I don't like doing live broadcasts, because after I'm sitting in here for an hour, 2 hours, my back starts killing me and I want to scream. I'm in pain. I got off this one when I did a video. I did 2 videos one day last week. Lied down, I started screaming from the pain. Didn't hurt till I lied down on my back, and then it hurt like hell. So, well, guy, I'm hungry, I'm tired, my eyes are going, and I'd really like to get out of this damn chair, lie down for a while. So I'm going to. Bulge is a bad word on YouTube? Why would bulge be a... You know, there are videos of the Battle of the Bulge. I'm not talking about weight loss. Let's say the Battle of the Bulge. So how can it be a bad word? It's a banquet Salisbury steak dinner with potatoes. And if I have the energy, I might take some steak fries and throw them in the oven. I don't know. I mean, I got a bulge right here. Everybody has a bulge when they get a certain age, so. But Dr. McCoy is kind of dead. I never got to meet DeForest Kelly. I would have loved to. He was a sweet man. Well, you make sure you do everything you can to save Howie. Because he must be a wonderful cat. And I've lost cats and I've been devastated for weeks and months. Would cry my heart out. Literally, would just cry and cry. Couldn't stop crying. And one time it sent me to the hospital because I went into respiratory stress. Kathy had to call an ambulance. I couldn't breathe. That's when I had another sinus infection and I couldn't breathe. And then it finally went away and it came back to the Western Dental. There's 2 teeth here that didn't pull. There's a tooth here that didn't pull and a tooth here. The latest one was one up here, one here, and one down here. So I've gotten 2 sinus infections past because of those people. Start calling around. Start looking for, you can, what's that thing, Yelp? You can look up vets on Yelp and people's reviews of vets. Okay, I got to get out of this chair. That took my breath away. That hurt. That was like someone stuck an ice pick in my back. So, Naminals, yes. Ow, 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 ow. All right, this is it. I'm sorry, people, but I got to go. I got to get off this computer, off this iPad and lie down. This is George Senda, the guy from, maybe so. Maybe a voodoo doll. Somebody's got a lock of my hair or something. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool. And no, I'm not going to go to the ER. Not again. I'm tired from last night. I just got to lie down for a while. Take some prescription Motrin and lie down. Get out of this chair. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool as the case may be. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow, unless the stimulus don't come, in which case I'll still see you tomorrow, but you won't see Kathy. And then I'll be very, very upset. So, and Howie, get better. So, Tiger, go over to Glock's house and give his cat vigorous massage and save his life. See you later, people. I need to see her too. I miss my Kathy. We maybe see each other once a month, and it kind of sucks. You did it again. Oh my God. Hi, Christopher. It makes Mitch Melbourne fun look like Nostradamus. That's funny. I'm going to remember that one. I'm going to post that all over the internet now. Yeah, I'm hunting stimulus. Or I'm hunting Democrats. I'm hunting Demowats. I miss her too, but you're not in love with her. I am. Okay, that's it. Goodbye, people. Have a good night. About an hour, I don't know if I have the stimulus or not. Yeah, the problem is that parts of her body look good and the rest of them look like a miracle of science and plastic, Bye.